Alright, so today was a good day. Already did one mail call video, but my postman did this thing where he will put post in the slot, and then if he, after doing this, finds something I have to sign for, will then ring the bell. But there's still post in the slot that I can come back later and pick up. And also got to meet one of my, fans, I guess, Yushi. So Yushi lives in Czech Republic, and he emailed me and said, I've got all these cards I want. Maybe you have them. And I said, I don't have those, but maybe I have something else you want. So we met and we did the trade dance. So let me do the mail call, and then I'll tell you about the trade dance with Yushi. So what have we got here? What is the best way to do this? Just pop this down here. Untape it. Then I can just take them out this way. Alright, not too many cards, so what have I got? Ooh! Okay, so these are my buddy's Roiling Vortex for his Boros Bird deck. I bought a set of foil ones, he's got a set of flat ones because he just wanted the deck as quick and cheap as possible. So with this, all we need now are his last two cards. Moonlight something. If a creature would come into play and it wasn't cast, I said you exile it. So that's the last two cards I'm looking for. Okay, Cruel Somniphage. Now this guy. So the seller in Germany, he's perfect. I wish he had more cards because I would like to buy from him. So he sent me the package of cards, missing this Cruel Somniphage. I wrote him and I said, it's actually missing a card. Do you have it? Can you send it to me? And instead of saying, I'll just give you back the 50 euro cents, or any bullshit, because, yeah, giving me back the 50 euro cents would be fair, but then I still wouldn't have the card, and I want the card, and it just takes time. He sent it to me. No extra cost, no just, hey, I screwed up, I'll send it to you, here you go. So he's getting high marks. I really like that. Very professional seller. So this is my second Cruel Somniphage. Not sure what he's going into, but he will go into something. The first one, the one that actually came in the package, is already in Moldrotha, and I expect it to do some good work. So I can mill myself for 4, then I can play this big beater for 2. Power enough is equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. So yeah, Cruel Somniphage. Alright, I don't want to tear the stamp because I saved the stamps. So let's see what this is. This is well packaged. That's what this is. Let's tear into this. Okay, Hollowed Moonlight. So now, with these Hollowed Moonlights, my buddy should have all the cards he needs for his Boros Bird deck. These are 2 cards inside. I just built the list. He sent me the list. He said this is what I want to build, so I just followed the list. I don't know how good this is going to be when we do our little modern tournament at the end of the month when I go out to Ostruzhna. It would definitely hit me if I play Merfolk, because if I try to violin any creature, he can cast Hollowed Moonlight, and that creature I violed in is exiled because it wasn't cast, and he gets a card. Not good, but we'll see. Alright, what is, Vito! This guy, Jesus, this is well packaged. I'm going to cut this one open. So, slice, careful slice here, careful slice there. How did he, oh, he put a sleeve on top. Alright. So Vito here, and this is cheap. I'm amazed at how cheap this version of Vito is. Really am. It's only 2 euros, I think. And my old, yes, it cost 3 times as much. That's why I ordered it. Yeah, so this is going into Nekazar. So if Nekazar has lifelink, and my opponents take a lot of damage from drawing cards, I should gain a lot of life off of Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Alright, so let me tell you about the trade dance. So sat down with Yuji, and both of us busted out our trade binders. And we did the dance where neither one of us had a lot of good cards in our binders. I'll say that. He had 4 fetch lands. He had a... what else did he have that was good? He had a Cabal Coffers. He had... Esper Sentinel. So he had some good cards, but then he had a lot of cards that not much value. And mine was the same. I don't have that many good cards on my binder. So he picked out a few cards, and he's kind of looking at them. And I said, "This is what I want." And he's like, "Really? You want those?" Okay. So I trusted him to know the value of his cards. He trusted me to know the value of mine. And we didn't even look anything up. We just traded. It was beautiful. I loved it. I hate this niggling, get down to the last euro cent in fair value bullshit. Let's just trade. If I give up 10, 50 euros a euro and I get what I want for something I don't want, I'm fine with that. A lot of guys are not fine with that. They want to get exact value, if not more. So, usually had the Silverback Elder. I never saw it before. Didn't even know it existed. So 5 mana for a 5/7 Ape Shaman, and whenever I cast a creature, basically he's got aura shards on him. So when I cast a creature, I can destroy an artifact from enchantment, just like aura shards. Or I can look at the top 5 cards in the library, find a land, put it into play tapped. So it doesn't even stay in my hand. I put it into play tapped. Put the rest in the bottom random order. Or gain 4 life. In a life gain deck. This is going to be great in Icarus Siddiqui Siddharkondo. So thank you, Yuji, for that. Then there was this, Shared Animosity. I wanted this one. I would like to have the original, but it's expensive. And this, the art is pretty cool. And it's foil. It's shiny. I love shiny cards. So this is going to go into Edgar Markov somehow. Whenever a creature I control attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each other attacking creature that shares a creature. So all my vampires attack, they all get stronger, tougher, bloodthirstier. They have shared animosity. So that's cool. Then he had this Archangel Elspeth. So I'm building this Bant 4 Swords deck. It's the modification, it's the evolution of my Troll Worship deck. It uses a lot of the same cards. I was kind of surprised. Well, happily surprised. I found a viable deck that pretty much took the cards that I had and repurposed them into something more focused and coherent. So she's going to replace one of the Elspeth Knight Errant. She costs the same, 2 white. Her +1 is the same, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, except this one has lifelink. Elspeth just creates a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Neg 2, put 2 counters on a creature, and it becomes an angel, and it gains flying. Elspeth Knight Errant gives the creature +3/+3 and flying until end turn. So this is much better. Neg 6, I forget what Elspeth Knight Errant's ultimate is. I've never hit it, so it kind of has never mattered. But this one, Neg 6, return all 9-land permanent cards with CMC 3 or less from graveyard to the battlefield. The deck has, the only thing over 3 CMC is Thrun. So pretty much everything else will come back if I can hit the ultimate. So that is a cool addition. I'm really happy to pick her up. In fact, if she's that cheap, I should probably replace my Elspeth Knight Errants with Archangel Elspeth. But I will play the deck with 2 Knights, 1 Archangel, and see how it goes. Excuse me. He also had this Liliana of the Veil. So I've got 2. When it comes to Planeswalkers, I consider 3 a playset. I'm not going to put 4 Planeswalkers in a modern deck. I'm also not going to put 4 Planeswalkers in an EDH deck. It's just overkill. So 3 seems to be the perfect number, and I've got 3 Innistrad Liliana of the Veils in my mono black mono deck, and I've got 3 signed in my Jund vintage deck. And I wanted to replace the ones in the modern deck with this art or the old lady art. So he had this art, so this is what I'm going to go for. So what I need to do now is get 2 more of her, and I will have my set of 3 with the new art. Because I like all my decks to have their own feel, flavor, look. So I've got my first new Lily Under the Veil. I love how the can you see it with the chain veil? So that's her reflection in the mirror, but the reflection is looking at us with the chain veil, saying, "I'm going to take your soul, Lily." Then he had this, and at the end of it, so I said, "Well, what about Sword of Forge and Frontier? Do I have anything you want for it?" And he said, "Make me some recommendations." Really? Yes. Oh, okay. Let's see what I got. So I busted open the binder, and I kind of asked, "Well, what are you building? What do you want?" And I build everything. All right. What about this ignoble hierarch? Yeah, I don't have enough of those, so I gave him an ignoble hierarch. I was talking to him about Animar, and he likes the idea, so I gave him a foil Nantuko Vigilante. It's a morph creature that when you flip it over, when you pay the morph cost, you naturalize something, destroy target artifact or enchantment. And in Animar, if Animar has 3 or more counters, you can play it morphed for free. Perfect. I also gave him an Experiment Cry for Animar, and I gave him some other stuff too. I was just really happy to find a trading partner that had kind of the same trade philosophy as I did. You don't care about those? Well, I don't care about these. Great, let's trade. Boom, boomba. Done deal. So that's the trade dance. I did the trade dance with Yiji. And Yiji, if you're listening, I don't know what you're going to do with the Edric you got off me. But you can watch my video. I'll put it in the description if you're listening. So I'll put it in the description to my Edric so you can see how I built mine. But you might want to build yours the way my other friend Yishi built his. His is pretty much elf tribal. And obviously with your elf vintage deck, or legacy deck, your elf legacy, you love elves. So you can build elf ball tribal smash Edric. But get a Winter Orb. Trust me, Winter Orb is key in Edric because you're casting a lot of small creatures and you need to slow your opponents down or they will run you over. And smile while they're doing it. The bastards. Anyway, that's it. Let me get this posted. Another mail call. And little story about the trade dance.